Does Kizito deserve all that is happening to him right now? Oh yes. He has really maltreated people so much. It is time for him to enjoy what he has been doing to others so that he will know how it feels. But is the mother scared that she is definitely going to go down or this thing will take a turn on her? Yes, she's very scared. But one thing that I know is that George has to be very careful. Because now that Kizito is beginning to tell the mother how he has planned to take George out of the picture just like what he did to Omar, George has to be very careful because Kizito is a very wicked person. Besides, the mother is more wicked than Kizito himself. That is why the two of them are a perfect match, doing evil together, and they will definitely go down together. Has Flora changed completely to a different person that Kizito's mother does not know? Yes. Because Kizito's mother thinks that Flora is that same weakling that she was tolling around with herself and the son. But it's so unfortunate that Flora has changed. She's here to fight you back, and you are definitely going to lose. But then, let's take it one after the other. Are we also seeing that George and Angel are clicking very well? There might be a second chance for this both. I think their relationship is so strong that after all that has happened, they are still connecting perfectly. After what happened in the last episode that Kizito's mother came to the hospital and was ranting as if she's a mad dog, blaming Angel's family for dealing with her son, that they want to kill her son and all that. Flora and the other people went to meet the doctor to know the way forward on how to resolve Omar's issue. I feel so sorry for Omar, to be candid. I am so sorry for Omar that she has to pass through this. And while they were like trying to get inquiries on how to better Omar and make her to come back to her normal self, it turns out that Omar is getting worse. She's getting worse day by day. What are they going to do to help Omar? I just hope that suddenly something will happen that will make Omar to come out of this, because Omar is always a strong person. She has been the fighter of this family right from when they were small. This thing cannot be happening to Omar. But then the doctor was so sober and she felt sorry for Omar too when she gave them the information that Omar is getting worse. That the only way that they can try to solve this issue with Omar is to revamp what has happened to Omar. How would you say this? Because Omar was actually gang raped. Are they going to do this to Omar again? That would be so much trauma. But then this is a 50-50 chance for Omar. If she eventually comes out of it, she might get back to her normal self. But if this process fails, Omar is going to get worse. In fact, it might happen that Omar will not get back to herself again. But is this what these people want? No. I know that everybody wants Omar to come back to herself, but are we willing to take this kind of chance? Because I know that everybody wants Omar to get better. But if Omar eventually gets worse, they will blame themselves and they will never forgive themselves for letting this happen. But they have to confide in the family first before they will go ahead to take action on this process, because it is very, very dangerous. It is a 50-50 chance for Omar, and nobody is willing to take the chance that Omar will not get better. While Kizito's mother went in to see her son, she knew that Kizito was not sleeping. Kizito was awake all along, hearing the conversation. He's waiting to hear things, what people are saying concerning him and how they want to take him out of the picture so that they can have what to work with. Kizito is a very tricky kind of person. He's so corny. And if you want to bring Kizito down, you have to be as corny as Kizito, because he's not only corny, he's also smart. So you need to be smart for you to be able to take Kizito down, including the mother, because the mother has been the mastermind behind Kizito. She's the one sponsoring Kizito and covering Kizito so that Kizito will not get caught. When he came in, she was blaming Kizito deeply. I warned you. I warned you not to do this. I mean, what were you thinking? That look at you lying down here. Instead of you to actually get this done, Kizito was just defending himself. And that is one thing about this woman and the son. They are so good at doing evil up to a point that they understand themselves so well. Kizito was telling the mother, I don't need all this right now. I just need to calm down and rest. I know that George is my problem and I have everything put in place to take George out, just like what I did to Omar. And that is why I want George to be very careful, because if Kizito succeeds in doing the same thing to George, then Angel will be broken again, because Angel is beginning to, regain herself because of George. And Flora will be frustrated. Then Kizito keeps on winning. It's never going to happen like this. George also have his men, but then he has to be very careful and watch his back as well. And the mother was telling Kizito, this is what you keep saying. Don't speak highly of yourself. The one thing that I've come to discover between these two is that they are always arguing of who is the best among the two of them. But looking at the whole thing, the mother seems to be the best player, because she's the one covering Kizito's part. Anytime Kizito gets into trouble, the mother will come in and cover for Kizito. And that is why Kizito has every power to continue to do evil. But there is one thing that Kizito said to the mother that is very key. That even if the mother decides to leave him now, he knows that he's not going to last a second, but he's definitely going to take down everybody that has wronged him, including the mother. So don't let me to deal with you. Can you imagine? It's getting to a point that Kizito is threatening the mother. And that is how the downfall is going to begin. And the mother said, let me see you try. But this woman went ahead to do something that is very, very surprising to me. While Flora was making a phone call, Kizito mother came out and slapped Flora. I mean, what is this woman thinking? Do you think that Flora is your child? Is it because Flora was married to your son before you think that you can actually, come here and lay your filthy hands on her and go scot-free? Flora immediately started beating her up. And she was like, Flora, you dare lay your hands on me? And she said, thank your God that I only use my hands. Next time I will use more than just my hands. This woman deserves so much beating. What kind of person do you think you are, going about beating people because you and your son think that you are powerful and that nobody can arrest you people if you treat them bad? This is so uncalled for. But I'm so happy with the way Flora handled the case. But then she kept on saying that Flora has been the bad person in her family, and she thought that she actually kept Flora in her own position, that she was done dealing with Flora. But then she was very mistaken. The good thing is that Flora has actually, developed herself to become a woman rights activist, to fight her, and she's going to win her. She's going to lose. She and her son are going down. There's no doubt about it. Because evil cannot continue to prevail. May we not find ourselves in the hands of evil people like this, because the only thing they think about is on how to, do evil every single time. But I'm glad that Flora is equal to the task. She's going to deal with this family so that they get to pay for everything they have done. But looking at what we are seeing right now, Angel and George were actually discussing about how to bring Omar out of the situation. George promised to tell the family. But when George came out with the option that they have to, repeat what happened to Flora, she was like, are you serious? How is this going to happen? I mean, are they going to pay somebody to rape Omar again so that she can come back to herself? What if it goes wrong? Because I don't even understand. Is this the only way? Can there be another option that can actually bring Omar back to herself again? Because this trauma is too much for her. I mean, I feel so sorry for this family. They have passed through a lot. But then, what can Angel do? She wants the best for her sister. And that is why she's begging them to go ahead and do it. That whatever happens, let them just go ahead and do it, because she can't wait for her sister to come back to herself. But George made a promise to Angel that after this whole thing, he's going to make sure that this whole thing never happens to her again. But Angel had to remind George that she has a child in her womb, which of course George made her to understand that when they get to the bridge, they will cross it. I know that Angel is speaking based off of the fact that George is still thinking of having a relationship with Angel. George went to visit Kizito in his hospital bed and was telling Kizito, you would have come to me. You should have come to me. I will gladly tell you that I was the one that beat up your friend. And I will tell you to your face that you were the target. You were the target, but your friend took the fall. But since your friend is the one that is always advising you to deal with my sister and maltreat her, he deserves everything that has happened to him. And Kizito was telling Jeff, if I get out of this place, you are going to get lost. Remember that Kizito has actually taken a Jeff before, and it was because of Angel that Kizito released Jeff. I wonder what is going to happen if Kizito eventually, have his way with Jeff again. Is Jeff ever going to come out? But I don't think that Jeff is going to allow that happen. Now that they know that Kizito is after him, he's not going to let that happen. But we'll get to find out, because Kizito is a very dangerous man. That is all I can say. He's never going to allow anyone to take him down just like that. He is just not a soft meat to chew like that. And then Jeff was there telling Kizito that he's ready for him. If he wants to bring it on right now, even in this hospital, they are going to dig it out, because Kizito is a weakling. When it comes to physical power or strength, Kizito is not even strong enough to withstand anybody. But it's because Kizito has a lot of money and fame. That is why he keeps on treating people bad. But we'll get to find out what Jeff has in store for Kizito on the next episode. Please like the video if you have not liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it drops. For now, take care.